This is getting to the point, guys, where this is absolutely ridiculous. So obviously, you see here, according to James Boyd and multiple other people, Colts head coach Shane Steichen says that quarterback Joe Flacco will start against the Jets. So I guess it wasn't enough for Shane Steichen to see Joe Flacco stink it up back-to-back weeks, have multiple turnovers, not be able to hit the broadside of a barn. I guess we got to see it again. I'm not really sure what's going on with this organization right now. Is it a professionalism thing with Anthony Richardson? I mean, that's the only logical thing I can think of when it comes to this, because strictly from a performance standpoint, there is no way that Shane Steichen sits down, watches the film, and can clearly say that this is the right move. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You talk all the time, and the Colts sold fans, talking about this idea of, oh, Joe Flacco gives us the best chance to win. Well, I hate to break it to you, but Joe Flacco, in a large part, has been the reason you've lost the last 2 weeks. I mean, multiple turnovers. He had 3 on Sunday. Probably should have had about 5 or 6. He had at least 2 that should have been picked off to add on top of his multiple turnovers. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that we're at this point with the Colts and with Joe Flacco, with Shane Steichen. Just makes no sense. And when you kind of hear a little bit about kind of the reasoning, that's the big thing that's just so puzzling, is it just seems like they're being so darn secretive with the real reason. Steichen gives this bland coach speak answer, and it's just honestly unbelievable. Just saying, he's just a professional and it's a veteran leadership and all this other BS that you're hearing when it comes to it. It's unbelievable, guys. I truly don't understand what the Colts are doing, what the mindset is from Shane Steichen. It's just very, very bizarre that we're at this point right now where apparently the Colts feel like Joe Flacco gives the Colts the best chance to win. And I don't know, is it a professionalism thing with Anthony Richardson? If it is, like, what's it going to take for Anthony Richardson to get this back? Because Joe Flacco has been by far worse than Anthony Richardson the last 2 weeks, and Richardson's been the majority of this season. And also, he's 40 years old. So, I mean, he has no capability to, escape the pocket. He's a statue back there. The Colts are starting 3 rookies on their offensive line. Unfortunately, I think it's going to take Joe Flacco getting injured for the Colts to do something here, which is just bizarre to even think about. And it's interesting to see how the Colts have really walked back their stance on Anthony Richardson and just on this quarterback situation. So just a bizarre situation the Colts find themselves in. And I mean, it's the definition of insanity to me where, if you're the Colts, you expect a different result by doing the same thing. And that's exactly what the Colts are doing. So I expect another very poor outing against the Jets. I mean, the Jets have a very good defense, so I could see Joe Flacco throwing multiple interceptions again, another big turnover game. So if you have the Jets in fantasy, definitely start them, because apparently the Colts don't have any idea what they're doing at the quarterback position. And I feel like it's going to continue to get worse until it gets better. I don't see a situation where it does get better, especially if the Colts keep trotting the corpse of Joe Flacco out there every single week. I mean, guys, this is giving me 2022 vibes, to be completely honest with you. And even worse in some situations, because you have a potential solution sitting on the bench. Meanwhile, your 40-year-old quarterback stinking it up and playing even worse than your young quarterback that you all were preaching patience a month or two ago. But here we are. Joe Flacco will be the starter against the Jets, and kind of a weird situation where there's clearly other things behind the scenes, but on the surface, it seems like Shane Steichen's willing to go down with the ship here. And maybe this is, honestly, guys, as much as it sucks right now, maybe this is the best thing for the franchise moving forward in terms of getting all these guys fired, cleaning slate, starting over, burning the whole thing down. I don't know what it's going to take, but it definitely seems like the Colts are digging themselves their own grave here with Joe Flacco continuing to start. Is it a Jim Irsay thing? Is it a Chris Ballard thing? Is it a Shane Steichen thing? Is it a little bit of everybody? I'm not entirely sure, but it's clear there's more behind the scenes. Shane Steichen will not say anything, even when reporters, shout out to James, will press him. He just gives this BS general answer that doesn't answer anything that we're trying to get at. So I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts here? when it comes to Joe Flacco, when it comes to the Colts situation, their mismanagement in a lot of ways of the quarterback position? And how do you think this offense is going to fare down the stretch? I mean, I think the majority of Colts Nation understands. I mean, this franchise has no direction. They have no clue what they're doing. They have no clue how to manage a young quarterback. And they're trotting out an old Joe Flacco who's clearly past his prime, clearly past a playing age where, you really feel like he can be any part of the solution. He's definitely been one of the biggest problems as of recent. I mean, I've talked about it before on the show. Like, there's clearly more issues than just Joe Flacco with this offense. I mean, it starts with Shane Steichen, his play calling or lack thereof, and just a lot of stuff going on there behind the scenes with the Colts. But curious what your guys' thoughts here are on this situation for the Indianapolis Colts. It's a very frustrating situation nonetheless. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Guys, be sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. We're going to be doing more reaction stuff on this channel. Been trying to kind of figure out a role for this channel. I think if we do some more reaction stuff, maybe we'll start to do something like a weekly type of show. So be sure to subscribe as well and check everything out that we're going to be doing on this channel. We definitely going to be putting this channel to some better use. So be sure to check that out. But guys, let me know your thoughts on Joe Flacco being named the starter for the third straight week. How do you think the Colts offense will fare? Will it be more of the same, or will something change here against New York? Let me know those things, guys. That'll do it for this one. Thanks so much. And as always, go Colts.